Okay, so my name is Sundar. I'm a product manager at Wireless LAN Business Unit at Zebra. So I'm going to do a demo of Zebra NSight and walk you through the interface. So what I have here is a live network that's running on here. It's our what we call the AlphaNet, where we test and our access points. And then I also have a couple of setups. These are simulated setups, so we'll talk about that as well. So one that has 200 access points, and then I have one more that has about 20,000 access points, and about 200,000 clients connected to it. Okay. So this one is running here, the one that I'm going to mostly use to show the functionality that is running inside our labs. And the other two are, hosted on a cloud platform outside. Okay. So the NSight can be, if it is running on our NX platform, it can be launched from our management interface as with a single sign-on as an application on top. So it runs on the controller, or if it is running it as a server, so you can log into that with the same set of credentials that you have on your NX controller. Okay. So once you log on to the system, so the first screen that you land on is the monitor page, which provides you a summary of where you are. So depending on before I start on this, let me explain some of the user interface constructs here. So what you see on the left side is the network hierarchy. So in this network, we have two sites, San Jose and Pleasanton. So that's the demo network that we are using. And similarly, if you are looking at a larger setup, so you can have hundreds or thousands of locations on the left now. Okay. And so you can move around, and if you go up, the information is aggregated. So as you go down into a specific site, that it will switch to the monitor screen. So at any level, you can get you would have a quick summary of how your network is. So at the top, so you have a number of ways to explore the system. So I'm on monitor. That's the default landing page for this. And you can also explore the system using a map view. So in that case, it shows, typically if you are at a rolled up level, it uses a Google map and shows your sites. And the sites could be color coded, and you have the ability to see if the site is up and running, or if there are one or more access points down in that site, so it has color coding as well, or if the entire site is down, you would see it in red. Okay. And here, so you have quick links. You can directly jump to the floor map for that site, or you can go to the summary view, which I was showing. So I'll do that. Or if you also get a quick snapshot of the number of access points that are connected, as well as the number of connected clients. You can launch the client monitor or the access point monitor right from here. Okay. So I'm going to take you back to the summary page on the monitor. So here, so you have this strip here. We call this the key metric strip, that provides you a quick status on where you are on your left nav. And so if you move around, so you would see all the stats get updated. Okay. And on the summary page, so you have your usage trend. And so typically we default to the 30-minute, last 30 minutes, and you have the ability to switch to a different view. You can move around. And so below so you see the client count trend as well as the usage across all the access points. And then you get a quick snapshot of your top access points on the network, and top wireless lines by usage, and how the device profile looks, and also visibility into the applications that are being used. So your top 10 applications, and then a list of all the applications that are running on that site. Right. So you get a quick visibility into it. And you also, on the application view, you see the number of clients that are running on each of those applications. And you also look at, you have the ability to see which is the top client, that is running that application. Okay. Let me go back to the map view. If you are, let me switch to San Jose. I can also launch the device monitor. There are two ways to explore that. Either you can do monitor and then choose the devices tab here, or you can simply launch it from the map view so that you can explore it in either way. So here again, so you have a bunch of charts at the top. So the schematic strip, depending on the left nav, it gets automatically updated. And so we also have, we compute RF quality index across the network, across the site, which is, which shows, how your 2.4 and how your 5 gigahertz are doing. And you can click on this and it switches to the, trend chart for the RF quality index. So below the chart, so you have the list of all the access points that are, and then the status of the access points and the type. And so these grids, wherever we are showing the grids, are completely customizable. You can look at all the columns that are currently displayed. So you can, you can change the preferences on the columns that you would like. And you can also, for example, move the columns around and change the order. You could do all of that. And you also have the ability to, download, export it to a CSV file. So this kind of acts like a, quick way to generate a report if you're looking at, get a list of access point or inventory list or any of that. Okay. And these columns are also sortable, so you can sort by, any of these columns, either by ascending or descending order. So that's about the access point summary. And then if you switch to the monitor clients view, so you get insight into all the clients that are connected. So here you can switch between clients that are online, as well as if you want to look at some of the clients that are disconnected and are offline, you can switch between those tabs. So you get visibility into every connect that ever connected onto the network. So at any level, so you have links that are highlighted, you can drill down. So in this case, if I look at the client, I can drill down to a specific client and you would see to the access point to which it is connected. You can mouse over and get the details of the access point and get the complete list of, the client details on the left side. Jeez. Any questions? Okay. And that is, you can also, start at the devices monitor, drill down to a specific access point. And so you would see the access point details and the access point that we are looking at highlighted on the floor map. And then how your wired and wireless interfaces are configured, and the list of clients that are associated with that access point. You can also click here, drill down further, and get to the client details page. And so below that, you have list of all the lifecycle events for that access points, when it got adopted, or if it dropped out of a controller and reconnected. So all that are linked to that. So from here, another thing that you could do is, if you want to review, if you're debugging an issue, so you have the ability to, look at the event logs. So that defaults to the access point that you're looking at, get the complete history of events for that access point. And so here by default, all the event types are selected. So you can reset and look at, specific type of events as well. So that's a lot of information that we collect, across all the controllers that are running and from the access points that are connected. So all the events are consolidated. So you have a, centralized event log browser that you can play around with. Let me switch to the map view for. I can also launch the map view from my access point detail. I'm going to do that and switch to floor 1 on that. So here, so it shows you a floor map and shows all the access points on that particular site or on that particular out of domain. And so you have the ability to look at how the channels are. So you can turn on the channels and it gives you a quick insight into the channel distribution. You can also switch between 2.4 and 5 and look at how the 5 gig network is. So you can look at that.
What was the name of the other management platform that was, what was the, you used to have there was another NMS platform that overlaid on top of Wing?
ADSP.
ADSP, okay.
Yeah.
And
Air Defense. Yeah.
Okay, Air Defense. And this obviously replaced that. How long is...
This is not going to entirely replace ADSP. So ADSP is also our the wireless WIFs platform. Okay. So that works out of sensors that are deployed on the network. So ADSP, besides providing the WIPs, it also provides a number of other service assurance functionality on that. Some of that would be migrated onto this platform. Yes.
Okay. So you expect to maintain the Air Defense platform sort of separate?
Or purely for wireless.
Forensics and security is basically what Air Defense is going to be. Impact, as I said, is going to be the location platform, and NSight is the service assurance platform.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
So one of the there is a management platform within the controller itself. Sure. So you can manage all of that in a given controller. So that is Flash-based interface. So we are moving to HTML5. So what you're seeing here is HTML5. Yeah.
Okay.
Is any of the work that you're doing with this platform going to affect the functionality or the look of the ADSP platform?
So the ADSP platform would, so we're going to pull out some of the service assurance functionalities like, we have within ADSP, so we have this module called AP test, where each of our access point can act as a client and, connect to other access points and test it. So we have, you can test the complete infrastructure where an access point mimics like a client, not only test the wireless side of it, but it can do end-to-end testing, like from, radius authentication to how it would connect. So that is one functionality that is available on ADSP. So that'll get migrated to this platform. And so we also have a Spectrum Manager that is part of ADSP. So we'll also be migrating that into Zebra NSight.
A quick word is the genesis of Air Defense was basically a security platform.
Right.
And as part of that security DNA, it was doing sensing. So the first few years after Motorola acquired Air Defense, we had used the same sensor technology that was built into every access point to build all these other features and functions that could be used in network assurance, could be used in, say, for example, location-based services. But as we are looking at Wing 5 and evolving Wing 5, we also have a constant amount of sensors, access points double up as sensors to do RF management, spectrum management, etc., right? Off-channel scan, providing capacity controls, and it actually makes sense to aggregate all of the network assurance and management functionality on Wing. That is the direction we are headed. Air Defense will go back to its roots of extending forensics and security, gearing up for the world of what does security mean for Internet of Things. And later on, we'll cover a little bit of the Impact platform that is now going to be the new location-based services platform for us.
So will that mean that the base APs that you have will still have the abilities to act as sensors as well for air defense, so be feeding data both to the NSight and the air defense platform?
Absolutely, you're right. So we will have the capability of providing, if someone wants the advanced forensics capabilities that air defense provides, we will be talking, the sensors will talk to air defense, but all the access points are going to have a socket open up to Wing 5 and the NSight platform.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're running short on time, but I want to show you some highlights of this product, walk you through the dashboard interface. So the monitor screens that I showed, these are pre-canned, right? So you have set of information, you have a few bunch of charts, and then it provides real-time monitoring. So you have, so those are pre-canned set of screens. So for this application, so we believe there are different roles within an organization that will use this. It could be your first level support or your IS manager that may be looking at different sets of information out of this platform, right? So we have the ability to build your own dashboards. Unlike a static dashboard, these are live and self-updating. So based on that again, based on where you are, right? So it's like kind of acts like a template. So I have a bunch of them that are pre-created here. So you have the ability to look at applications. And for example, look at some of the RF metrics, like you can quickly take a look at the top worst 10 APs by retries or by SNR, by channel utilization, and the clients by retries. So I have some of them. So then you have utilization in terms of top 10 APs by usage, and you can also look at the client timeline. So this is pretty useful when you're looking at debugging a client, troubleshooting a client. So you get complete history, roaming history of the client that's plotted on a time. So you get when it got associated, when it got disconnected. So even for an offline client, you'd be able to pull this details of the client. And you can go back on time. So you have multiple knobs here for the dashboard. So you can switch between times, like the view. You can go to a 2-hour view or a 1-day view or 1 month or 3 month. And then you can also move on the, on the left side and look at how it looks. Okay, that may not be relevant for something that is tight. I'll explain that quickly. So this button right here is the filter option. So where you have a dashboard where you can tie a specific client or a specific device to it, right? So let me quickly show.
What is on the right hand? I can't read any of the text. On the right hand side, what is it that we're looking at? What's that a graph of?
It's this one. Yeah, that's
on the right.
Oh, that's the client distribution by RF protocol.
Oh, interesting.
Let me build a new dashboard. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. You just click on the plus button. So what it opens up is an empty canvas, and on the right side you have a bunch of themes. So it's just primarily placeholders, the grids, how you want to organize the dashboard. So you pull out a theme, you drag and drop the theme, and then go to the widget library. So the widget library is categorized by utilization, RF related widgets, client related widgets, and security related. So I'm going to pull a few things from here. So I want to bring the top 10 applications by usage, and I also want to get a general usage of the network itself, and then I want to say bring all the applications. It's a grid, so all applications by usage, and save this, just give it a name, and you're done. So you have a dashboard that's ready. Okay. So we have, as you saw, there is a whole bunch of widgets that are categorized under that library. So we are continuing to add more widgets to that. And we will also open up in terms of where the application can subscribe to the widget library that is available over our cloud network, and they can download new widgets as and when it is available. Let me walk this dashboard through a scale setup.
And Raj, how are we getting all of the applications? Can you talk to that a little bit?
Sure. So the application, so we have a DPI engine that is embedded onto all the access points. So pretty much every 11AC access point that we sell today has the DPI engine. So we can detect up to 2,000 plus signatures at the access point itself, and so that feeds into NSight. So we get regular, every 30-second update from the access points that are gathered on the NSight. So we get complete visibility into, what is running on the network, and it is tracked down to a client level. So what applications are running on a client, and you can roll it up. So that's what I was talking about earlier. So depending on the type of user, if I'm a CIO or if I'm part of the marketing, I'm interested in, the application profile across all my distributed sites, and that would allow me to make some marketing decisions where I'm going to put my advertising money in terms of customers that are connecting on my network, right? So the DPI engine is also integrated into the Wing platform. So it's not only while Zebra NSight provides the visibility into it and trend and analytics on top of the application usage. So Wing itself, the DPI is tightly integrated with our built-in firewall on the controller or on the access point, as well as the QoS policies. So you can enforce, given an application, so it acts as yet another attribute by which you can enforce both firewall as well as your QoS policies. So for a given enterprise, so if I know what my business critical applications are, and so I would like to prioritize, and then if there are applications that I would like to drop, so you could use the firewall at the access point to drop that. And this again can be pushed, these policies can be pushed centrally from your radius using the policy attribute on that as well. So that's a pretty robust infrastructure. So while Zebra NSight provides the visualization, so it is tightly integrated on the edge with firewall and QoS. Okay.
I have a question. Is there a live packet capture in it?
Yes, I'm going to walk you through that. Yes. Okay, so the dashboard interface is pretty powerful. So you can, we can build a new dashboard in minutes, and you can, these are self-updating, and as you move down the, hierarchy, you would see this dashboards getting updated automatically. Okay. Let me walk you through some of the troubleshooting aspects of it. On the tools, so we have the packet capture, wireless debug log, and ping and trace route, and that is integrated on the browser. So you can do this. Let's try some. I'm going to search for this out of domain San Jose. Let's say I want to capture the wireless packets across all my access points. I can start that, or I can customize that also for a specific access point, what direction and all that. Okay.
What format are the packet captures in? Radio tap or Prism or?
Who can answer that for me?
It's a PCAP.
PCAP, yeah.
Well, it's PCAP, but for the wireless headers, what format are those in? There's radio tap, there's Prism, there's. I think the radio tap last.
It's a TZSP, right?
I think right.
So so you have the packet capture, and you can also the wireless debug log that provides, wireless debug information. You can also run it from here, from this interface. And both the packet capture and the debug log you can save to disk and export it. Okay. So one thing that happens is this is a powerful feature in terms of, once if you say, capture all wireless packets, so what it does is it sends that message out to all the access points that are connected on that out of domain. So we get packet captures from every one of those access points, and there is, and then we embed this feed on top of it, when it was captured, on what radio, and all those details are embedded onto it. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. So the product also includes a reporting module that provides, bunch of canned reports that are regularly used, and you also have the ability to customize them, and you can customize them. You can name, select a report template and pull one of these report templates and give it a title, and you have the ability to schedule this. Once you schedule, you can choose a frequency at which it runs, and the report output is, the PDF output can be stored on the server, or it can be directly emailed to an alias. Okay. Another quick option is when you are looking at thousands of access points that you have to work with and clients. So you have the ability to quickly search by any of the attributes. For example, this room is called Cape Cod, and I can just type the location Cape and then get the access point that is on that location and get to the details of that. Okay. So you can search access points, clients, and anything else, any other device on the network. And if it is an offline client, you would still, the corresponding detail page would be launched, and you can, quickly get to this information. So one of the goals is, the interface has to be responsive, exceptionally responsive in terms of, how quickly we serve, pull this information out. And anything that a user that is looking into should be just a few clicks away. So that's some of the, one of the design goals for the product. Okay. So with that, we can switch to what is behind the applications. If there are questions, I'll answer that as well.
Do you support this in like a public cloud offering where I don't have LAN connectivity or even WAN connectivity to the platform? Like, can I put it in AWS?
You can. So we have a VX image, virtual controller image, or it runs on any ESXi or any other hypervisor, and Amazon Machine Image is also available. So you can host this on a.
My question is more around, does it do like NAT survivability from those up to the reporting platform?
So repeat that again.
NAT survivability. So if I'm on a private network and my AWS instance is in the cloud and I don't have a tunnel to AWS, can I do it just over the internet from behind the NAT?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I think that's like that's like any other HTTP traffic which we can, because these subtunnels are nothing.
I'll walk you through, how that works. So from the out of domain manager, the connectivity is REST or over SSL tunnels. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So talking about that RF domain manager and the connectivity back to the server, I think there was a question you had asked about, air defense and this NSight, So as you can realize, a lot of data is being fed, but it is being fed through the RF domain manager. The RF domain manager, which is acts as the controller for the site, the access point acting as the controller at the site, does a level of aggregation and an optimization to conserve WAN utilization. That's also a design goal for this program.
I'll walk you through that, yes.